here we go. Summertime is a challenging time of year to catch fish. It's as challenging as the winter time. Fish are nocturnally feeding a lot. They're hard to trigger the strikes because you can find them and not catch them. I hate that. I hate that part about bass fishing. I know they're there, but I can't catch them. And you know, summertime will challenge us all that way. We're going to talk about how to survive it. I'm going to talk a little bit about rivers, reservoirs, and lakes, and the difference between the three in the summer. I'm sure we've got a little bit of all of those out here in the Tulsa area. Ledges are key. Grass, current, and following the bait, all real key stuff in the summertime. And I'm going to talk, you know, there's a lot of lures that can be successful. I'm going to show you some things that have been real successful for me. Maybe some things you haven't used before. And that's what we're going to talk about here at this next hour or so. Okay, bass and bait are most often offshore in the summertime. Now in the springtime, they're on the bank, right? Just about everywhere you go across the country. And the majority of the fish are there. But as the water temperature rises, that bait fish is going to move, and it's going to go out to deep water. Had this conversation with one of the students a little earlier. Well, what's deep water? Deep water is a relative term. Some lakes, deep water is 10 feet. Other lakes, deep water is 100 feet. And it really, to me, deep water defines by where the water temperature changes or where the habitat changes. Usually where the grass ends. You know, that seems to be a general, where the grass ends, that's deep water. Some grass ends in 40 feet of water, some grass beds end in 5 or 10 feet of water. So it's a relative term. A place like Grand Lake, these fish spend an awful lot of their time shallow. It's the nutrients that come into this lake, or whatever the bait fish are feeding on is keeping those fish shallow a lot of the year. So some lakes, the fish will behave in a shallow water pattern all year long. You don't got to run out to those deep water drops. Best way to do that, to figure that out, is follow your sonar. And your sonar is going to tell you where the bait is, and the bait is going to tell you where the bass is. Garmin is a spot you want to be on your best habitat when that current's running in the summertime. The fish are difficult when it's not running. They do a couple things. They suspend, they become inactive. They do a bunch of stuff that frustrates an angler. But when the current's running, they're your best buddy. You can miss the target and still catch them. So understanding how important the current is and knowing, call that dam. Now it's all website driven. You can get on the internet, you can find out when they're going to be opening up the gates and when they're going to have the maximum flow, and plan your strategy and plan your day around that kind of stuff. So current is real important. And the baits that I like to use a lot of times on these ledges are these cranking baits. Now, these are DT20 metals. They're excellent deep water baits. There's a lot of them out there, old school DT22s. Strike King's got a great bunch of crankbaits. They're 6XDs, and now even the 10XD, which is like as big as your head. Those giant crankbaits. But let me tell you something, when that current's ripping hard, you don't want to be bringing a finesse bait, right? When that current's pulling, those bass are going to feed. So you want a big power bait, one that makes noise, one that rattles, one that has a big presence in the water, and that's what you want. Now, and a lot of people are going to catch them when that's happening. The key is being able to catch them when they turn that faucet off. And the way to do that is I get silent, I get quiet with silent baits, with ones that wobble tighter, with ones that have a much smaller presence in the water. And you can trigger bites that way. Here's a great one called...
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip, and for more like that and the entire collection, subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluszek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.